Chaves County Board of Commissioners. At this time, if we'd have the Pledge of Allegiance, Cliff.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dara, would you lead us in prayer, please?
Yes, if you so choose, would you please bow your head and let us go to the Lord, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the blessings that you have given us. Lord, this has been a heavy few weeks. We just take our burdens and our sorrow to you. Lord, we lift the Call family, the Eppers family, the Kirk family, and all those that are suffering. Lord, please wrap your arms around these families. Bring them peace. Bring them comfort. And Lord, thank you so much for everything that you give us. Lord, please bless our law enforcement, keep them safe, our military, the hostages, Lord, please bring them home. Our Israel brothers and sisters, Lord, keep them safe. And Lord, please tell my mother happy birthday and that I miss her and I love her so much. Let us have open ears to hear, open hearts to love. And thank you, and to God be the glory. Amen.
Amen.
Cindy, do we have a quorum? Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make that motion that we approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
I second it.
All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Agenda approved. Approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the minutes for August 21st, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Mr. Chairman, we have a couple of proclamations this morning. I'm going to ask that Warren Yale from Eastern New Mexico read the first one on behalf of the County Commission, if that's acceptable.
Okay?
Thank you, Commissioners. Good morning. I have with me behind a few of our Family Care Services nurses who assist us in our OB unit. And today, we would like to read the proclamation related to Stillbirth Prevention and Awareness Day. Whereas 21,000 pregnancies in the United States end in stillbirth each year, and whereas differences persist in birth outcomes with Black, Native, Hawaiian, or other Pacific Islander, Hispanic, and American Indian, or Alaskan Native families with the greatest risk of losing a baby to stillbirth. And whereas, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the annual number of stillbirths exceeds the top 5 leading causes of death among children aged 0 to 14 years combined, including unintentional injuries, congenital abnormalities, preterm births, homicides, SIDS, and other heart disease. And whereas, according to the CDC, expectant parents in some age groups, geographic locations, and those expecting multiple also face increased risk of stillbirth. Whereas in the last 2 decades, the stillbirth rate in the United States declined by a negligible 0.9%. And in a report published by UNICEF comparing progress on improving stillbirth rates, the United States was worse than 151 countries. And whereas stillbirths are devastating and have profound and devastating impacts on the families who endure them. And whereas stillbirth is linked to an increased risk to maternal morbidity and mortality. Whereas with increased awareness and better data collection, we will be able to better understand why stillbirths are happening at such an alarming rate and identify what can be done to combat this crisis. And whereas proven stillbirth prevention efforts have the power to save thousands of babies every year, and innovations in stillbirth prevention could save thousands of additional families nationwide from the heartache of losing a baby every year. Whereas the need for awareness and support is personal to our own community, including the loss of Aramelis, the beautiful baby girl of the nurse Selena Espino, who was born at 34 weeks. And whereas recognizing Stillbirth Prevention and Awareness Day is an opportunity to increase awareness, support, evidence-based prevention efforts, promote research, encourage improved data collection and greater understanding, and provide support to those who have experienced stillbirth. And whereas Stillbirth Prevention and Awareness Day calls on elected officials to use their authority to take action to help reduce stillbirths and ensure every expectant family is educated on how to reduce the risk of losing a baby to stillbirth. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim September 19, 2025 as National Stillbirth Prevention and Awareness Day in Chaves County, and encourage all residents to support grieving families, honor the lives of babies lost to stillbirth, promote awareness and education about prevention, and demonstrate our community's commitment to compassionate care for all. Done this 18th of September, 2025 by the Board of Chaves County Commissioners.
Thank you. Come on up.
And I'd just like to take a moment to recognize Selena. She's one of our personal kind of survivors. So, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we have one more proclamation, and this is for Dale Rogers Day. Whereas Dale Rogers moved to Chaves County in 1972 and started the Roswell Livestock Auction. In 1975, frustrated that he could not locate the supplies that he needed, Dale started Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. And whereas Mr. Rogers has never been known to stay idle, he's always been a person who wanted to do his part to make the community better. And whereas Chaves County has had a Planning and Zoning Commission since 1981 that relies on volunteers to hear and make recommendations to the Board of Commissioners about zoning cases on a multitude of topics. And whereas Dale Rogers has served on the Planning and Zoning Commission for over 43 years and has been involved in nearly every decision that the county has made since zoning was adopted in our community. And whereas Mr. Rogers has served under 5 planning and zoning directors and numerous boards of county commissioners, missing less than 2% of the 516 meetings that were held during his tenure. And whereas Dale has continuously provided unwavering courtesy during his interactions with entities and individuals requesting a ruling from the P&Z Commission, and whereas being ever respectful of people's time, Dale kept meetings concise and to the point while garnering the information needed to make an informed decision. And whereas throughout our history, the American spirit has been distinguished by the ready willingness of neighbors to join together and help one another, the tradition of voluntary community service is as important today as it was in the founding years of our country. And whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners recognizes Dale Rogers, whose exemplary character, morals, and service to the citizens of Chaves County will forever be obvious from the 43 years of selfless decision-making he has provided to the community. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaim that September the 18th, 2025 will be celebrated as Dale Rogers Day in Chaves County. Our county is better because of you. Done this 18th day of September 2025 by the Board of Chaves County Commissioners. Would you please come up?
Are you gonna give a speech?
Just like to say thank you for everything you've done.
I'm not much on making speeches, but I appreciate what y'all do, and I kind of have an idea of what you go through. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Dale always was cognizant of people's time. He would have a timer running to make sure that they got through their spiel in the same manner of time as everybody else. So I'm glad we kept this short on your behalf. Thank you.
Did we do it on time?
Okay, presentations.
That's great.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. I just wanted to give you a brief update on our Zuber dams to the south that were damaged last October. The designs are complete for Site 1, 13-mile dam, Site 2, Peters Lake Dam, and Site 4, which is the outlet channel. These are all at NRCS for final approval, and we'll be able to go out for bids after that to get them repaired. So that is just a short update today, and I'll stand for any questions.
So has NRCS been working pretty good with you, or
They are, yep. There's some good guys over there.
everything's just moving along then? So,
Yes, sir.
good. I see that new loader out there at my house.
Yeah, that's took
I think
took
they're
quite some
afraid,
time to.
I think they're afraid to drive it.
I think they are. Bucket's still yellow.
Good.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Mike?
Good morning, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Just a few updates for you. I think you heard we had an air race out here last week. We had some airplanes flying around, and, attendance was good. We'll have the numbers, I think, sometime, maybe hopefully next month, what that looks like. I do know that the air race folks will be working with a local university for an impact study, so we'll get that to you as soon as we get it. But I'll share with you, and those of you that were there, a lot of positive comments. I didn't hear anything negative. People from around the globe were here, and they just talked great about New Mexico and the races. So we're very, very encouraged by that. Obviously, a first-year inaugural event, there's always some hiccups, but I would venture to say most people in the public eye did know that to some degree, and they're all solvable, and we'll work towards that and get ready for next year. We did have Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales here during the event, as well as several cabinet secretaries, including transportation, economic development, tourism, and public safety. And they all remarked how impressed they were with how these communities in our county came together to make this all happen. So, successful event for the first year. I anticipate it'll be bigger next year, especially with the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds on schedule to be here in the air show part. And we'll see a lot more folks out here. We saw a lot of young people come to the STEM Discovery Tent. And if you saw that, and Commissioner Wade, you may have witnessed that, hundreds and hundreds of young people, and with all that on-hands experience, and it really was really great to see that. From a project perspective, besides the air races, we are doing other things, obviously, and although last week it was a little challenging, but we do have some opportunities with USA Beef. I know you've heard of USA Beef. They're in Chaves County, Cedarville Road. Met with the owner, Joe Madrid, a couple times, and was out at his place yesterday, and they're expanding. And they've got some contracts, and there's a potential for even exporting to other countries of their products, so I'm pretty encouraged by that. We are working, as you know, Amazon, you saw the press on Amazon, all that, and they have broken ground. If you've been out there on Sunset, South Sunset, you can see that they're doing all the dirt work, and it's good to see it moving along. Right next to them, we did locate another company, and the project name is HD Heroes. We haven't announced it yet because I'm waiting for them to do that. They're an expansion of a Missouri company. They have about 300 locations across the country, and moving west towards California for some reason. But anyway, they're in New Mexico. They'll create about 20 jobs to start, and maybe up to 40 to 60 jobs at the end of it. We are also, we're also working with another big project out in the northern part of Roswell, actually in Chaves County, and as Bill Williams can probably tell you at a later date, that's going along really well. It's a very, very large project. It'll create a lot of jobs. We can't announce it yet, but suffice to say that it's looking very promising, and we think we're there. So it's just a matter of them going through the dynamics. I speak of that company almost daily. There's another company that we've been working with. I've been working with for about 3.5 years. They started out as a company out at the airfield repairing hail-damaged aircraft, and it's called Project Hail. You've probably seen it in my reports. And, oh, by the way, I know you didn't see my reports for last month. My fault. A little busy. I'll get those to you this week or next week, so you'll have those. But Project Hail started out in that regard, and they started working on American Airlines aircraft to repair hail-damaged, skins. And that has grown into a lot of other opportunities. So they are working on 3 other projects. One is an MRO facility. They have a contract with United, with Air Wisconsin Aircraft. They'll be servicing all their aircraft here in Roswell. I think it's about 60 aircraft the first year. They've already started receiving airplanes since July, and we'll be working towards a new hangar build for them so they can do that. They also link with a company in Taiwan, and what that is, it's a EV bus manufacturing company, and I know we don't need another bus plant in Chaves County, but maybe we do. So, but I can tell you that project is rapidly moving forward as well. So that means we potentially could have another bus plant here in Roswell, Chaves County. And they have another project, I can't speak about it yet, but it has to do with national security, and they'll be doing some R&D work here and some manufacturing as well. So we see a lot of jobs being created in that regard with these projects. As you know, to bring in Amazon and to bring in that HD Heroes company I just mentioned, it's a construction equipment company. We applied for a grant from the State Economic Development Department last year and received it, $25,000. Not a lot of money, but for us, it's a lot of money. And we used those funds to make shovel-ready sites. That's what helped us bring Amazon to the table. That's what brought us to bring in HD Heroes to the table. Because of that success, we reapplied. I reapplied for that grant, and I got it again for next year. So we're going to be doing more work to get more shovel-ready sites, and I think that's real important. We are working on an initiative with the State Chamber of Commerce called Be Pro, Be Proud Draft Day. Have y'all heard about it yet? Okay, because I don't think it's out yet. It's pretty exciting. In November, we're going to be having an event with with seniors and college-bound juniors from all our school districts across the county. And what does this mean? We're going to match them up with employers in different areas, different career fields, predominantly in the vocational trades and some in the business trades. We're with a guy named Tim Fuller and Early College High School here in Roswell. And we're going to actually match young people up to employers, and they're going to have real interviews, not mock interviews, real interviews, and work toward apprenticeship programs and maybe jobs and so forth. So I'll brief you more on that as it develops, but it looks pretty promising, and we're pretty excited about that because it's all about helping our young people have a great future right here in our own community and help businesses with staffing needs as they need. Many of you attended our legislative reception last year, and we had the governor there and so on, a lot of representatives. We are scheduled for February 4th for next year during the legislative session for our Chaves County Day at the legislature. And of course, I just want to put that date in your minds, February 4th. It'll be at the Hotel El Dorado, and like it was this past year, and hope to see you all there. We anticipate a lot of folks that will be there in attendance. There's a lot more I can share with you, but I think that's enough. You've got plenty on your agenda. Thank you for your support of the EDC. I think we're moving the needle continually in Chaves County. We see a lot of things happening as a result of the races. I think, Commissioner Wade, you saw all those airplanes out there. As a matter of fact, there's a group from Australia that I spent time with, and they were flying a jet aircraft. Found them hangar space out here in Roswell, and we're hoping to develop more hangar space because I know in my heart from what I've seen and what I've spoken to with these racers is they want to park their planes here, and so they don't have to fly them from wherever they live because they'll be right here in our community, and that's pretty exciting. So I would suspect if we can build these hangars, start with a few hangars, I think it's going to snowball. I really do. The words from the people that attended, and not just the fans and not just the spectators, but the racers themselves were, we can't believe how good it is here. We can't believe how safe it is. And we can't believe how good the weather is. Although it was a little warm and it rained a little bit on Saturday, they were still thrilled to be here in Chaves County. And that's a good thing because so many of them have the potential to bring other activities here to Chaves County, really put us on the map, not only in New Mexico, but throughout the world. So we're very encouraged by it. And again, I thank you again for your support. And that's how we do what we do to help create more opportunities in Chaves County. Stand for your questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mike. Anybody have any questions for Mike?
Thumbs up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good morning. Tamara Schubert, Chaves County Cooperative Extension Service. Our office has been super busy. In addition to our reoccurring programming, we've got some big events coming up. So on the FCS side, we'll be hosting that Christmas showcase like we do every year on November the 11th. So our planning committee has that already. Tickets are currently on sale, so they can contact the office for those. Our 4-H kiddos are getting ready for the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. So entries start coming in next week. And so on the inside portion of that, we will see over 2,000 entries from 4-H youth in this part of the state. In addition to Kids Day and things like that, that will be happening. But we do want to make sure everybody is aware of this sale on October the 4th. Come out, support all the kiddos and their hard work throughout the year. On the ag side, as you all know, our ag position is still open. We're going to extend that for another month, and so it'll be set to close middle of October. But even with that position open, we are still seeing programming going on that area. So we will be having gardening at the library this Saturday. It's Ask a Master Gardener Saturday. So any of those gardening questions on what we need to do now for next year or what we need to do for our winter gardens, they'll be happy to help everybody with those questions. They are giving away free seeds this weekend as well. So if you're looking for things to plant, come visit them. We will be hosting our pesticide applicator training in November on the 18th as well. So everybody that needs those CEUs to keep their licensings, we will have registration information out hopefully next week. And then in addition to that, we will be hosting the second annual Urban Horticulture Symposium on November the 19th. So we are opening that up to a regional conference. So we're going to partner with Pertalis, Eddie, and Lee and bring in about 5 of the specialists from the university for that conference. And so again, registration will be out for that one next week. And with all of that, I stand for any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tamara. Yep, I see. Mine's doing good.
Yeah.
Put it down and see how yours does without.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Warren Yale, the CEO at Eastern New Mexico Medical Center, and I just wanted to provide a brief update on some of the medical updates taking place both in the community and also at Eastern. First off, again, like Mike said, there was an air race last weekend. Eastern New Mexico Medical Center helped facilitate, and I want to be very clear, it was a multi-agency effort. So a lot of kudos to AMR, fire departments, volunteer, and local here in Roswell. Loveless, Artesia, pretty much if there's anyone related to the medical field, they were involved. We gave out over 10,000 water bottles, which I think helps them off a lot of other unattended items. We did end up treating around 60 of the visitors at the tent, at the event, with only one of them requiring any kind of ambulance transport. So an incredible event there, and we were very proud of the services that we were able to provide with that. In addition to that, I wanted to provide just some brief updates of some taking place at Eastern. That's going to be great for Chaves County and our residents. One, we now have a robotic general surgery service line that started with us at July. Since then, we've done about 15 robotic surgeries. This is general surgery used predominantly by our general surgeons, Dr. Mishra. By the end of the year, we should have about 6 additional providers or physicians that will be trained up, including GYN surgeons with Rio Pecos, as well as with our OBGYN specialists, as well as our general surgery team at Eastern, including Dr. Ali, Dr. Reed, and Dr. Mishra. I did want to just emphasize, if we haven't already mentioned it, the Burrell students joined our community in July. This is about the 6th year, I believe, that we've had our residents here. We have now hired 2 of them. Starting in August, we had Dr. Futsineri, David Futsineri, who joined Rio Pecos Medical. We're excited to have him in the community joining Dr. Miller. So we now have seen the fruits of this program. I always want to keep in mind a doctor takes about, so the residents and medical students we see today, we will not see them come out for about 6 years. We've already hired 2 of them from classes back in the early 2020s. So for what it's worth, it's a long-term investment, but I do believe it'll pay off where we'll get 1 to 2 additional doctors because they live in our community for over a year. So we're very excited about that. We've expanded our orthopedic program with Dr. Barry Cromer joining us in June. He's hit the ground running. We've updated quite a bit of our orthopedic equipment to support him. We, of course, are working very closely with Rio Pecos on the GYN service line expansion with this new surgical technology. We have graduated 27 nurse interns. This is a program we started 3 years ago. This is predominantly with ENMUR. These are between the first and second year of the nursing program. They actually spend 6 weeks employed by the hospital, get paid a salary, and they get additional clinical exposure while they're working with us at the facility. And really what it does is it sets them up with more confidence and experience going into their second year. This is a 3rd year doing that program. We had 7 students. Then we had 17, we had 27, and I anticipate next year we will see even more. Not only that, it's predominantly been the Roswell students, but we actually had 2 students from Hobbs come and join us for this program as well. So it's now starting to have much more of a regional appeal, and we will take all of them. So we're very, very passionate about developing the next generation of nurses. We need those nurses. We are going to have to solve our own workforce challenges here in Southeast New Mexico, and really developing our own is the solution. So ENMUR has been a great partner. They set them up for the initial success. This is a way on the professional side, we're trying to meet them and provide additional exposure and experience to set them up for success. One other thing I wanted to kind of highlight, Dr. Richard Pinion has been a mainstay in this community for many, many years. We had the opportunity to celebrate with him at the UNM Lobo Gala that occurred up at UNM at University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. He was actually recognized at a state level for being the clinical educator of the year. So I think that's a great honor. It also helps put Roswell on the map. It lets them know great things are happening in Southeast New Mexico. And I want you guys to feel confident that the medical community here is stepping up and trying to make sure that we're here, we're great, we're providing world-class care, and we want to take care of our community. Any questions?
Just thank you for the donuts. It saved, it saved me Saturday
Good deal,
before the rain.
right?
Did you have an introduction you wanted to make this morning?
Yeah, I also wanted to introduce, we have a relatively new leader with us. I have with me Justin Paletta. He is our Assistant CEO. If you'll stand up, thank you, Justin. He's been with us about 5 months now, give or take. I don't think he's had a minute to break. He came in day one and kind of jumped right in, and we're very excited to have him. He comes to us most recently from the Missouri area, but has Utah roots, and we're very excited to have his expertise and skill set here.
Yep. Good. Welcome.
Thank you. Any other presentations?
I think that's it.
Not, we'll get into the agenda.
Morning. Morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 1 is the request to approve change order number 4 to agreement A-24-028 for construction services of the Pecos Valley Regional Communications Center renovation. Total contract sum to date, including approved change orders, is $2,899,342.04. There has been a total of 6 MCRs, which are modification change requests. At this time, staff is asking for approval for MCR number 6 as outlined below, which is inclusive of GRT. MCR number 6 revision 1 is the electrical and data cabling for $35,192.66. The change order request will be county funded and staff recommends approval.
Do we have a motion on this, please?
Okay, this is for the gate openers and, is that correct? Oh, okay.
This is for data cabling, extra conduits, revisions to electrical and data makeup and connections in order to accommodate the existing dispatch equipment.
Okay, and battery backups and stuff, or what?
Those were handled
In the previous change order of last month?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Do we have an expected move-in date yet? I know it's been pushed back a little bit.
We're tentatively looking at November. Commissioner.
We have a November election coming up.
We
Is it
do.
going to interfere with?
We're not.
Because we will be using that area, is that correct?
Correct.
For elections also?
The west side of the building voting area is going to be kind of secluded to voters and the public. All construction is going to be interior to the east side of that building and the dispatch area. They're approximately 70%, 75% complete, and they're just looking at the interior and kind of all the data connection, kind of the complex in the IT room. There's a lot going on in there, so nothing external. Parking lot just got paved yesterday. It is expected to get striped this week, so here within 2 weeks, everything's going to be accessed from the rear parking or the east side parking.
Okay. And we have a plan to move them so we don't disrupt services? I mean, because this is very vital.
For dispatch, you mean?
Yeah,
Is that
for
what you're asking?
dispatch,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So after election, it'll happen. And mostly that is driven by the backup generator.
Okay.
That's kind of been our longest lead item.
Right.
That doesn't get delivered till mid-October. We'll wait till election's over and then look at moving in.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, also, the current dispatch will not be dismantled or disassembled until such time as we're assured that all the new stuff is working, hopefully flawlessly. But we want to have a redundancy there. We don't want to just flip a switch and say, we moved you in and this is no longer available, just in case something doesn't work right. We want to make sure that we are covered safety-wise within our community.
Thank you.
We have a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve change order number 4 to agreement A-24-028 for construction services of the Pecos Valley Regional Communications Center renovations.
Second?
I second it.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana and second by Commissioner Corn. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. Agenda item number 2 is the request to approve change order number 2 to agreement A-25-001 to RMMCI LLC in the amount of $84,917 for the GBOM Cultural Plaza project. The current total contract sum year-to-date, including GRT and approved change order number 1, is $2,418,801.71. Change order number 2 is required to provide the manufacturer's engineer drawings and 36 concrete footings for 6 monoslope shade structures designed on the project. The budget and bids did not allow for awarding the shade structures. However, this change order allows for the construction of the concrete footings, sidewalks, and concrete joint preparation for less future disruption of new construction. Change order number 2 is the amount of $84,917. Of the $84,917 change order request, $43,217.60 will be funded by an incoming state appropriation grant that's been awarded for fiscal year '26. The grant agreement is currently being executed, and the remaining $41,699.40 will be county funded. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chairman, do we have a completion date yet for this?
February of 2026.
February of 2026. Okay, thank you.
What is the status of the project? How far along is it, or when's it anticipated?
Chairman, Commissioners, we're sitting at about 50%.
50%. We have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve change order number 2 to agreement A-25-001 to RM-MCI LLC in the amount of $84,917 for the GBOM Cultural Plaza project.
I second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana and second by Commissioner Wade. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion approved 4-0.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 3 is requesting approval of ratification of agreements A-25039, A-25040, A-25042, and A-25043 between Chaves County and the Chaves County Joy Centers for projects funded through state appropriations. The total amount is $1,164,000. These operating and use agreements between Chaves County and Chaves County Joy Centers are: number 1, A-25039, Hagerman Joy Center for the purchase of 1 hot meal delivery vehicle with hot and cold unit and 1 handicap van in the amount of $177,000. Item number 2 is for agreement A-25040, Lake Arthur Joy Center for the purchase of 1 hot meal delivery vehicle and 1 hot and cold unit and 1 handicap van in the amount of $170,000. And item number 3 is for agreement number A-25042, Midway Joy Center for the purchase of 2 vehicles in the amount of $95,000. And item number 4 is for agreement A-25043 between Roswell Joy Center for the purchase of 7 vehicles in the amount of $715,000. Staff recommends approval of agreements A-25039, A-25040, A-25042, and A-25043. And just for clarification, we're requesting the ratification of the agreements A-25039, A-25040, A-25042, and A-25043 as they were signed by the chairman because of time sensitivity issues.
Mr. Chairman, I do have some questions. I don't know who needs to answer this. This is capital outlay that was given to us by, who carried these? Was this HB2 or is this individual legislators that carried this?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is from the Aging and Long-Term Services Department, yes.
Okay, did we apply for it or did they just send it down?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, Monica, the director from the Joy Centers, had applied for these grants, but us being fiscal agents will be carrying those vehicles on our inventory. And so these user agreements are to allow them to use the vehicles for the services to the citizens.
Okay, so they will be our property and they will be using.
Mr.
And
Chairman,
these
yes.
agreements that are already signed by the Joy Center and Monica. We have agreements here that they are providing meals, and so they need this van. They have been pulling back delivering meals, and they don't deliver 5 days a week now.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, yes, I'm not sure what the schedule is like. I know I was made aware this week about that. But if they don't comply with the scope of work, then that is a discussion we can have with the Joy Center. That is in the scope of work of what they'll be able to use the vehicles for. We are the fiscal agent for the vehicles,
Right.
but we are not the fiscal agent over their operational. That is something that is handled by the state for the actual budget, how much money they actually receive for meals. The state and the Joy Centers have that in agreement. For our agreement, it's for them to use the vehicles to provide those meal deliveries.
And also, it says here to transport seniors to medical appointments and pharmacy and et cetera. Not sure if they're doing that either. So I just kind of wonder, what will the vehicles be used for and how much pull we have with this agreement that's already been signed.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, yes, the scope of work does adhere to what the vehicles are supposed to be used for, and if we are aware that they're not being used for that, then at that point, we can have a discussion with the director.
Then that means that our board appointees, Phyllis Fix and Rita, need to let us know. We need to ask questions and find out what these vehicles, when will these vehicles be delivered? Do we know yet?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, after this operational agreement submitted to ALTSD, I forget the acronym, they will submit the actual grant agreement to receive the funding. Once we receive that and it is approved by commission, then we will move forward with Ana Nieto to start looking at purchasing these vehicles. I am aware that when the granting funding was requested, Ana had worked with Monica on getting some of these quotes. So we should be receiving the full funding for these vehicles. And
Right, and on the hot and cold vehicles, the last one that we got quoted, I want to say about a year ago, took about 2 years, which is why we couldn't move forward at the time of that purchase, because it's on order for about 2 years.
Okay. So you will be sending out the RFP for these?
So most of these vehicles, if not all of them, are covered on a state contract, the state, New Mexico state agreements, and so I don't have to do an RFP or a bid for them. I just go through them directly with the vendors that are already approved from the state.
Okay, all right. Insurance-wise, who will carry the insurance on these?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, we do carry insurance for the vehicles, but per our agreement, they are supposed to carry them as well under their insurance. So whoever the Joy Center is currently insured with, they have to submit proof of insurance for those vehicles as well.
They will have to submit proof of insurance to us in
That's
order
correct.
for those vehicles to be used. Is that
Yes.
correct?
And the CIA has this, all the other
Okay.
previous vehicles we already have with them, we do have proof of that vehicle insurance.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We just need to make sure that, because I read this agreement and attending their board meetings, it just does not seem like they are doing what they say on a signed agreement. And Ms. Rita and I keep bringing this up, and we're just getting the runaround. If these vehicles and the buildings are ours in Chaves County, and she signs the agreements on behalf of the Joy Center, then we need to make sure that this agreement and the leases are being kept up, and that otherwise, the burden is going to be on us, Chaves County, and the Chaves County taxpayers if something happens. Is this correct?
You're speaking in behalf of using the vehicle in the
Using the
buildings?
vehicles and the county buildings.
Yes, we are to a standard held liable on some of the buildings and the vehicles. And again, they are supposed to have insurance as well. So it would go, the liability would go before their insurance, and then it would come to us.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I think we need to keep a little bit closer eye. I am not liking what I see, and especially when you have seniors involved. This is a service that they are supposed to be providing, that they told us, and they signed the agreements that they are providing these services. If they're going to put in for vehicles, and it says right here, for meal delivery, and also to take them for medical appointments, then it needs to be done, not just sitting in a parking lot or use for personal whatever. So I really want us to pay attention. And
Mr.
that's-
Chairman, Commissioners, the county staff, we do assure that the buildings are up to speed. They do have some deficiencies from time to time, but we are constantly monitoring those, and we make sure that any major concerns are taken care of immediately. We had some safety concerns at the main one on Montana a couple of years back, and we assisted them getting funding and contracting and making sure that those things are fixed. I'm not saying that they're 100% without flaws, any of their buildings, but certainly that is something that we monitor on a regular basis. Lucia, it's not just the Joy Center. Lucia does a very good job of assuring that any insurance requirements are met and that they're all documented within our administrative staff. So I just wanted to add that our staff is actually doing that job real well, but point taken that we will watch them closely and assure that they're following all the rules that they need to follow.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, if I may add, and yes, we will hold them to what the scope of work says. Now, again, we are not the fiscal agent for their actual budget itself. We cannot tell them where to spend their money, but if they are not complying, at least on the operational agreement, then we can bring that to your attention. Now, we do have representatives, of course, on the board that can put a little bit more pressure on them in regards to where the fiscal money is going to, as they have to approve for that budget and not where that money is going to be going to in regards to the meals that are being made. But for Chaves County, we are making sure at least everything's being met on the usage of the vehicle in the buildings.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I have one little question on the insurance part of it. The drivers that are driving these vehicles, are they on a list that is provided to the insurance company, or do they have to pass a test to drive these cars, or
Mr.
vans
Chairman,
or
Commissioners, whatever size the vehicle is, if it's just a delivery vehicle, they, have to have a valid driver's license for that. If it's a large passenger van, they have to have any sort of chauffeur's license or anything. They would be required to do that and to vet them out. And then they provide that to their insurance so that they know that they're appropriately
so everybody's
driven. Yeah.
everybody's checked out before they.
Yeah, their
we're not
insurance is
having,
supposed to make sure that they
We're
they
not
do that.
having an elderly that's just
Yeah.
on
Good-
call.
Good question, yeah.
Okay. I have another little question. You got two vehicles that are purchased for $95,000, and then you got 7 that are purchased for $715,000. Are the two
The
small
specifications.
vehicles, or what are?
The specifications are different, and I don't have the specifications in front. Maybe you could, from a 30,000-foot view, kind of
I
point
don't
out.
have them as well on me either, but I can get them for you later and submit to you all of the quotes that were sent to us of what was requested. The prices could change. I think we did increase it by 15% on the request for inflation from the time that she submitted the application to when we would actually get the agreement. But I have the rough quotes, rough estimates. They're not valid right now, but I can send them to you and share them to you later if you want.
Well, I was just wondering, you got 2 that are 95. That's 40-something thousand apiece, and the other ones are $100,000 apiece.
And it could just be the type of what she's ordering. Sometimes it's a van, sometimes, well, of course, the hot and cold bodies are going to be the more expensive ones, but it just depends on what she's asking for, what she's requesting.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Midway ones are just like trucks,
Just regular
maybe, and then I
vehicles.
think the
Well, the-
vans are being the ones for the Roswell Joyce Center. They're actual vans.
Yes, and then the vans sometimes
So a
depend
van
if it's
and then a
ADA
car.
compliant and if we're adding different specifications
the
for wheelchair
handicap.
accommodations or.
Question, these vans are probably replacing existing vans with high mileage or something that are going out of service. So the replacement vans are probably similar to vans that we've approved and funded through the state in the past, is that correct?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Taylor, he said, yes, that's correct. I don't know if they have anything currently going through auction, but I know we've already auctioned a couple of those vehicles.
Thank you. Is there a motion on this?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve ratification of agreements A-25-039, A-25-040, A-25-042, and A-25-043 between Chaves County and the Chaves County Joyce Centers for projects funded through capital outlay. Total amount $1,164,000.
Is there a second?
I second it.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Corn. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Item number 4 is Resolution R-25-041. We are requesting approval of claims for payment. Exhibit A, American Medical Response for $2,948.58, and there was 8 claims. Exhibit B is La Casa de Buena Salud for $31,956.60. There were 168 claims, 119 were for dental, and 49 were for primary care. The total for all claims submitted is $34,905.18, and there was a total of 176 claims. Staff recommends approval.
Any questions? Do we have a motion to approve this?
Jeff, I do have one question. We have one in here that was from April. Are they getting a little behind, or?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, that claim, it was submitted within the 90 days.
Okay,
It's just that since we only meet every 3 months,
Okay.
it appears that it's
just want to
longer
make sure
than.
they're not getting behind like they were. Thank
Well,
you.
That's kind of where I had questions too. There's several in here that are a little bit past 90 days, so. But that 416, yeah, I see that one. That one's kind of a big deal there, but.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Corn, we consider the 90 days from the date it's submitted, from the date of service to the date it's submitted. So it could be, since we only meet quarterly, it could be another 3 months. That is why it appears that it's so long. But if you look at the 2 different dates, they were both submitted within the 90 days.
Well, I would say if they're starting to get behind on something like that, we need to be charging them a service charge or something. But anyway, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve Resolution R-25-041, the approval of indigent health care claims in the amount of $34,905.18.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wade and second by Commissioner Dana. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 5 is for Resolution R-25042, ordering the Chaves County Assessor to impose the 2025 certified tax rates. The County Commission receives a certificate of tax rates from DFA each year in September. The Commission is required by statute to issue a written order imposing the tax rate set on the net taxable value of the property. A resolution ordering the county assessor to impose the rates must be approved each year. It's important to point out that the tax rates are set by the Secretary of DFA and not by the county. The rates have been provided to you in Exhibit 1, and staff recommends approval. You also have a rate comparison I set down here in front of you this morning showing the tax rates from 2023 to 2025 in all the different districts, whether in or out or down in the valley or in the Boot Heel area. So you can kind of see that there's been a trend of, I believe in every category of taxes have gone down in our community. And I stand for questions, and we also have some experts in the audience if you should need more definitive answers. Thank you.
You know, I do. Sandra, get up here, young lady.
Please.
Please. I appreciate you.
Good
You know-
morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Yes, Commissioner Dana.
Again, thank you very much for this. I appreciate this. Because once again, we have keyboard warriors out there on Facebook saying how the county has increased your taxes over and over and over and over and over and over. And it's like, not since I've been here. So I really appreciate this because this gives us information when our constituents call us. Oh, I just read on Facebook, the county's increased taxes on us 3%, you know, and all this stuff. And I really appreciate this because this helps us when our constituents call us just raising 3 kinds of cane, and we can say we have the information, and no, we have not. So.
Well, thank you. And as soon as you pass the resolution, I'll put these on the website.
Oh, good.
They will be available for the public to view. I just didn't want to do that
Okay.
until I have the resolution.
Wonderful. So when they call, we can point to the website and
Yes,
just,
ma'am.
thank you. I appreciate that because we
Yes.
do get the calls. I appreciate that.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And I think what, we see this downward trend in the rate, but that doesn't mean a piece of property's actual tax is going to go down because the appraised value could have gone up. That be correct?
Yes, the market has been very good. The flood kind of put a pause in that market, but appraised values are going up every year.
Yeah.
And basically, where the tax rates come from, which I'm sure you know, is in each area of the county, in Chaves County, you all submit your budget requests, the schools submit their budget requests, and the special districts. And the fact that the rates go down every year really just shows how fiscally responsible Chaves County is. And also, I want to mention that this year, PVACD went down to 3 mills. They have been 3.7, 3.8, and this year they went down to 3, and that was helpful as well. But no, I assure you, values continue to go up.
Right. Thank you. Do we have a motion?
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve Resolution R-25-042, ordering the Chaves County Assessor to impose the 2025 certified tax rates.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana, seconded by Commissioner Wade. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. And I'd also like to thank the staff that's so seldom seen. I mean, we don't always see the assessor's office in our commission meetings, but guaranteed that their entire staff is down there working diligently every day of the week. And as it is with all of our committees that don't always, or departments that don't always show up at our meetings, everyone has their part and they do it very well. I want to thank the assessor's office for the good work that they do on our behalf. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 6 is Resolution R-25-043, which is a budget adjustment resolution for fiscal year 2026. We're requesting a budget adjustment for the line items that are outlined in Exhibit A. These account for different things like a grant award for the Roswell Joy Center's Exit Doors project, variances to cover the purchase of 2 brush trucks each for both Berendo and Sierra Volunteer Fire Department, an emergency repair project on East Berendo Road, and an increased cost for one of our county IT's platform. Staff recommends approval of Resolution R-25-043.
Any questions? Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve Resolution R-25-043, Budget Adjustment Resolution FY 2026.
Second it.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Corn. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 7 is the request to approve an award recommendation for ITB 26-01, building demolitions to Custom Construction 2 LLC of Roswell, New Mexico. Chaves County received a total of 2 bids in response to ITB 26-01. The results are shown on the bid tabulation sheet within the packet. Bids were responsive and reviewed for compliance by staff. Staff is recommending approval of award to Custom Construction 2 LLC. This award will constitute a price agreement that will allow staff to request price proposals against. The term of this contract is set for 1 year beginning October 1st of 2025, with the option to auto-renew for 3 additional years and not to exceed the expiration date of September 30th, 2029. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chairman, are these, are we using them for existing or just to have them?
Have them on contract, and I
contract?
believe Lewis has
Okay,
homes or properties on a demo list.
thank you.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move we award ITB 26-01, building demolitions to Custom Construction 2 LLC of Roswell, New Mexico.
I second that.
Motion by Commissioner Wade, second by Commissioner Corn. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Commissioners, good morning. This request is for out-of-state travel for CCDC. This request for out-of-state travel was approved last fiscal year. We had a training that we were going to do, and it got canceled. We unfortunately at that time did already purchase flight tickets, so we already have the flight paid for with the company this is for. It's for defensive tactics for my defensive tactics instructor for myself and Lieutenant Villanueva for the detention facility. This program has been great for the jail, and I was able to work with the company to already get one of the fees, registration fees, for free because we attended another class last month with several people to get OC instructor certified, and I was able to finagle to get a free spot when we go out of state travel. So I don't have to pay for one of us to go, and the plane tickets are already paid for, and I keep getting hounded by finance to use those tickets. So it'll just be for per diem and lodging in January. Sorry, so I mentioned that. The train's in January. Stand for questions.
Have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the request for approval of out-of-state travel for 2 staff members to travel to Las Vegas in January 2026 for this Defensive Tactics Instructor Certification course.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Wade. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion approved, 4-0.
Thank you. I left it out that I was in Vegas. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Have some fun.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 9 is the DFA approval of fiscal year 2025-2026's final budget. The Local Government Division of the Department of Finance and Administration has officially approved the county's final budget for fiscal year 2026, and attached to the staff summary is the letter. No further action is required by the board. However, per state statute, the approved budget must be included in the official minutes. I stand for any questions.
Any questions?
Just thank you for all you did. We
That's for-
appreciate it.
That's for sure. Thank y'all
Thank you.
very
Thanks.
much.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I think we just need an
Oh.
acknowledgement on this
Just
one.
acknowledge this
Yes,
one, okay?
thank you.
Very good.
Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. I'm here to talk to you about item number 10, which is the approval of out-of-state travel. The Chaves County Sheriff's Office is requesting ratification of authorization to send, and we've already sent them, so this is the ratification side, 2 of its employees to the HITS 2025 Handler Instruction and Training Seminar in Dallas, Texas. It was on August the 24th, 2025, through August the 29th, 2025. The training provided canine legal updates, supervision and management, modifying detector dog behavior, improving patrol dog handler decision-making and problem-solving for police canine training, also, which is very important, canine fentanyl training, and much more. This cost is $400 per deputy, plus per diem for meals and hotel for canine deputies, Elijah Castro and Nathaniel De La Cerda. We were able to have the dogs that are at the district attorney's office. There is a 501c3 that is through them that they get donations for their dogs as well as some of the canines for our agency and the Roswell Police Department. And they were able to provide payment for the classes for one of the deputies. The other one was just now certified to be a canine handler, so we didn't know he was going to be there. So that's one of the ones that we're asking for the ratification to be done on as well. So I stand for any questions.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I'd also like to add, if the sheriff doesn't mind, this was, I called you,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, and we got a telephonic approval on this prior to sending them.
Yes.
So it's not just out of the blue. We
No.
didn't just decide to do it, so
Yes.
thank you.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve out-of-state travel to Dallas, Texas for the HITS 2025 Handler Instruction and Training Seminar.
I second that.
Motion by Commissioner Dana and second by Commissioner Corn. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved, 4-0.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 11 is the request to ratify approval of services from J&H Services for East Brendo Creek Low Water Crossing repair for a total of $398,249.82. Chaves County issued a purchase order to acquire repair services from J&H Services in the amount of $398,249.82. Services were contracted utilizing an approved CES contract number 202308C3115-all. The repair of East Brendo Creek was required following damages from the floods of October 2024 and July 2025. The repair will reconstruct approximately 150 linear feet of existing low water crossing. 4 new culvert pipe arches will be installed with concrete slope paving and the entire roadway crossing surfaced with 8 inches of concrete paving. Additionally, flood locking gates with advanced flood signage to be installed. Construction was estimated to start September 15th and carry on through mid-November 2025, and funding was approved in fiscal year 26 final budget. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chairman, Alex, have we started on that yet?
Chairman, yes, we have started this week staking. We are working with Brendo Water Co-op on an existing water line. We've located it, potholed it, and looking at making some minor field adjustments to accommodate the roadway.
Thank you.
So the water line is out of the roadway?
It is approximately 5 to 6 feet from the edge of the roadway, so we're working with them on how we might, we look to cover that in the slope paving. So we're giving them the opportunity to relocate or relocate at a future date, and if they're okay with covering with concrete slope paving. We look to complete the project first week in November.
Do we have a motion?
I kind of wanted to know, there's not going to be any change orders in this process, is there?
We'd kind of like to know too.
I mean, I
Commissioners.
kind of know how some of this stuff works now.
Yeah.
That we've been going through some of this, but
Well, I'm not that great with my crystal
we-
ball, but we don't anticipate any in this one. It's pretty straightforward project, other than the existing utility being there. We know the roadway length, the width. We know we've got pipe on order, so there's not too many items or features in this, if that's the right way to maybe say it, but no
Well,
project
I'm
is
just-
straightforward, but we'd like to.
I'm just kind of curious. I mean, they can have a change order for moving one stinking rock and charge you for $50,000 more. And
Correct.
some of these change orders, in my opinion,
Yeah.
we need to start limiting them, how many change orders they can actually have.
Absolutely. On most of these projects, we try to monitor and do our due diligence, take away from something else or just monitor in the field so that we're trying to stick as close to the budget as possible.
There's not any fiber optic lines or any of that sort of crap right there?
No, sir. The water line seems to be the most impacted right now, and nonetheless, the road could be built as was in its existing condition. However, we're looking to improve with concrete slope paving, so that's kind of where we start to impact the area where the water line is, the existing water line.
So the concrete price is a locked-in price, or?
Yes, sir. It's part of the 398 contract.
What is SY, abbreviation SY?
Chairman, Commissioner Corn, that's a unit for square yards. It's a unit of measurement. I believe if I know where you're reading that at, SY is usually square yards.
Well, you got cubic yards. I know what cubic yards is, but
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the SY.
Yeah, SY would be square yards, sir.
So it's 8-inch PCCP 500 SY.
That stands for Portland Concrete Cement Paving. Square yards is the unit of measurement.
So as long as the guys mark it out right, you shouldn't go over that for a change order.
Chairman, Commissioners, correct. Yeah, I usually, what I've been doing is monitoring in the field and making sure measurements are okay, and before any pay approvals, I go and verify that is the quantity, and I try to do that before the concrete's in the ground, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes these change orders just kind of get me.
Absolutely.
We, like I said, we should be limiting them to how many change orders. I mean, I can see if it's our fault or we need an addition to something, but some of these things are just kind of out of hand, but anyway.
Absolutely.
We
We
do
will
double
look-
check and check back and make him explain why change orders are needed. So we do that on finance and my side as well.
Okay.
Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve services from J&H Services for East Barindo Creek Low Water Crossing Repair for a total of $398,249.82.
I second that, as long as they abide by the rules.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana, a second by Commissioner Corn. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion approved, 4-0.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, just real quick, I wanted to quickly add on to what Anna was mentioning. We do meet monthly to talk about all of these projects that are currently ongoing. Bill will also attend these meetings, and right now we have 7 major projects ongoing at the same time. So I know sometimes it might seem like there's a lot, but there's really a lot of projects going on, and he still has 12 more coming up soon. So we definitely have a lot of things going, a lot of things being built, a lot of emergency repairs, projects like that. And I know Alex has done a really great job in this. He gave us a status update, which I think would be great to share with the commissioners to kind of know where we're at on each project. And then that way you can see as well, both from appropriation money as well as still trying to recover from this flooding damages that we've had. But I just kind of wanted to give kudos to Alex, and I know Anna's always asking me as well, hey, do we have the money? What can we do? This is what's going on. I just want to assure you that I know Alex is really doing his best and making sure that we don't have any more change orders, because he hears it from me too.
Okay.
I think last one, agenda item number 12, Chairman and Commissioners, is the request to purchase 2 brush trucks for Sierra Volunteer Fire Department from BFX Fire Apparatus for a total cost of $593,494. Per the Chaves County replacement schedule, Sierra VFD is due for replacement of 2 brush trucks. Sierra is requesting to purchase 2 BFX Type 6 Wildland engines at $296,742 each. The purchase will be made cooperatively through HGAC contract FS12-23. Fire Marshal has approved specifications and approved the purchase of both units. Of the total cost, $233,925 will come from the replacement fund, and the remaining $359,559 will come from the fire fund balance. And staff recommends approval.
Any questions? Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the purchase of 2 brush trucks for Sierra Volunteer Fire Department from BFX Fire Apparatus for a total cost of $593,494.
I second that.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Corn. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Approval of checks.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the checks in the amount of $5,341,712.57.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Wade, second by Commissioner Dana. Any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Approval of reports.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve reports.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Wade to approve reports. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Unscheduled communication limited to 3 minutes. Is anyone wishing to speak?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I come to you as a member of our community, and just as a quick announcement, I don't know if some of you may or may not know, I am also a kids coach in my off time.
Would you state your name and address
Sorry, I
since you're
guess I should
coming
do
as
this
a member of the
correctly, right?
community?
You're right. Clint McLean, 108 North Wind Loop. I was in New Mexico. So in my off time, I am a kids jiu-jitsu and self-defense instructor. And I know that some of you may or may not know this, but 2007 became anti-bullying month for October, and that's coming up next month. So as part of our community, we're doing a program for anti-bullying in our community and free classes for the kids that's basically just for anti-bullying for kids. It's just for the community to come and have free classes. Certain days, we have a certain thing that we're doing for it's Fridays, every Friday in October, a whole different program for the kids. And I would like to make sure to get that information to y'all at some point. That's coming up here pretty quick. But bullying's a big problem in any community, especially here in Roswell. So we want to make sure that kids know how to protect themselves and know what to do during those types of situations. So just wanted to throw that out there. Kind of impromptu. Stand for any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's very, very much needed.
All right, thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, thank you. Alex Palomino. I live at number 1 St. Mary's Place, actually 3112 Notting Hill. First off, I wanted to get up here and thank the volunteer firefighters, Chaves County Volunteer Firefighter Departments, on the efforts for the air races. I think they came together greatly. They were responsible for outside of the fence at the airport, and the pylons and the private property on the ranches and the tracks out there. So anyway, kudos to our fire departments. And along those lines, also, we have the pleasure of announcing our new fire services and emergency director, Dusty Choate. Come on up, Dusty.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. I've done this once or twice already in the last few weeks. My name is Dusty Choate. I come from Ketchum County. I've been in the volunteer fire service for several years. I went into law enforcement there in Ketchum County as a deputy sheriff. I served 6 years there. Became the emergency manager for Ketchum County. Served another year before the county combined the position to emergency manager / fire chief. So I served as the fire chief in Ketchum County for another 6 years. So I'm excited to be in Chaves County and to work with the volunteers. They're a different breed, but I'm used to it, and I'm excited to work with them and make sure we can keep moving forward within the fire service here in the county. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everybody. Any questions?
Just say thank you very much. Appreciate it and appreciate you being a part of our community, but also that liaison. It's very, very needed and it's very important, so I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Plus, with your experience, that helps too.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else? County Managers Communications.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I'm happy to announce we finally got some money from FEMA. It was not very much, and you can tell by the expression on Annabelle's face that she's not sure it was worth all the time and effort that we put into that. But we did receive a small amount. It's certainly not enough to cover a change order, but it is a small amount we've gotten from FEMA so far. So, you know, nearly a year just to get anything, and it's been the same thing for community members, individuals. You know, people are just struggling with the red tape, I guess you could say, of that organization. But anyway, we do continue to work forward. We do continue to have multiple meetings every week. We do continue to specify projects, but unfortunately, that's some of the things that slows some of these projects down, is the fact that we cannot remediate any of the situation in some cases without losing FEMA funding. In some cases, we chose to forego the possibility of being reimbursed by FEMA to take care of the public safety, but the ones that we were able to, we held off on. It's very inconvenient, not only for the community, but for us as well. We'd like to just get those things done, but we can't do that and without, expecting the taxpayers to pay the bill, whereas we do have some hope that we will get some money from FEMA on some of these projects. So I just wanted to bring that up. You've noticed Michael Perry is not here today. Michael Perry's been a busy guy the last couple of weeks. Michael and Hub Corn flew to Washington last week. It was Commissioner Corn's first visit to Washington, and he liked it so much he almost decided to stay and just, and never move back. But anyway, they went and they met with various people on Capitol Hill about payment in lieu of taxes. As we've discussed in this meeting many times, how important that is to our community. Payment in lieu of taxes is what the federal government pays us for all the lands that they do not pay property tax on within our communities. So we need that funding to continue to come. Unfortunately, it's not a sure thing. They have to approve that each year. If we don't get it, it hurts us drastically. The other side of that coin is we also have what's known as secure rural schools, which is for the forested amounts within our community. As you know, Chaves County has a postage stamp size piece of forest in Chaves County. We only receive from secure rural schools, which is our payment for our forested lands, $36,000 a year. But if they don't fund secure rural schools, they reach over into the PILT pocket and they grab that money out and they spread it out amongst the counties in the west to make sure that they're made whole on PILT payments. Last time that happened, it cost Chaves County about 8% of our total PILT payment, or payment in lieu of taxes, which was about $360,000, I believe. And so $36,000, or maybe it was $380,000. They weren't the same exact numbers, but we ended up losing $380,000, I believe, over a $36,000 payment. So we lobby on both secure rural schools and PILT, and when our commissioners go, other counties don't have this same situation, but our commissioners always make sure that they recognize that if secure rural schools is not funded, it affects PILT. So there's more to it than just authorizing PILT. You also have to authorize secure rural schools. And so I want to thank our commissioners for taking the time to go and do that. It's quite a place to be, and you can't wait to get home when you're there. I know, I've been there. In addition, Commissioner Perry, while he was there, went to the Forest Service, sat him down and tried to give him what's going on here. You continue to allow our forest not to be managed properly, causes forest fires. Once a forest fire hits, we've got the burn scar runoff. And, he's a lifelong professional in wildlife management and thinning of trees. All those things are things he's done for his entire career. He understands that they need to manage the forest, not only to protect and make a healthy forest, but also to protect and maintain the wildlife that we so much depend on, whether it's just for viewing, hunting, whatever the case is. But anyway, he went and made the case with the Forest Service as well, trying to assure that they understood how important it is that they don't just go to office meetings, but they actually get out in the forest and do something on the ground that will keep us all safer and healthier. This morning, Commissioner Perry is in Odessa, Texas, at the Permian Basin Petroleum Association annual meeting. Our commission gets invited every year. We have some initiatives. We work together with the PBPA every year, and they invite our commission to attend those meetings. It always happens during a commission meeting. And Commissioner Perry was our representative this year, went, and he's speaking out against those things that affect our county and making sure that they're aware of county positions as well as oil positions on all these things. And of course, he's reporting back about the payment in lieu of taxes, the Forest Service meetings and those things he's done. Finally, I want to wrap up with, I want to commend Commissioner Wade. There was an event Saturday night called the Cowboy Prom. It's a dance, essentially, and fundraiser. Commissioner Wade was at the air show. You know, one of the things that keeps coming back from people that attended the air show is how nice the people in our community are, how great the course was, all those sorts of things. But Commissioner Wade happened to have 5 extra tickets to the dance on Saturday night, and he invited 5 total strangers to the meeting, and they're all going back to tell their people how great our community is. So that's all that I have. I want to thank the commission for all you do for us. I want to thank the staff. We have a great staff, and we're all very blessed. Thank you.
Commissioner Dana.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you to the road department. I know you guys are working. Thank you, Alex, for keeping up with everything. I know you guys are working hard, and, you know, like I said, we have a lot of keyboard warriors in this town, but we're doing what we need to do. And I was thinking maybe I should just carry around a bunch of county applications and just say, here, you think you can do it better, here's an application. Have at it, sweetheart, because we do a lot and we do it very well. And so I appreciate everything that everybody does for this county. Yes, I went to the air races on Saturday when it rained and actually had a very good time. There was a whole bunch of us squished into a tent, and we ate and drank and talked and visited with everybody, and most of the people were not from here. The friend of mine that I was with, we kind of struck up a conversation with a pilot that had flown in here in his little plane from Illinois. So we started talking, and so when the rain kind of quieted down, we went out and he took us to his plane, showed it to us. He built it and decided to come here. That's what he likes to do. Went to all of the other pits and the hangars. I had New Mexico flag pins, so I was giving those out to the pilots. You would have thought that I gave them $1 million. They thought that was so great. Everybody was just very, very courteous. The volunteers were great. The Youth Challenge cadets were just, you know, they greeted you when you came in. They showed you where everything was. And then when you walked out the gates, bye, y'all. God bless. Have a great day. We're so glad you're here. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I think we put on our best face for everybody who came here. Even with the rain, we had a darn good time. And we left later. They were telling us, oh, it's canceled and everything. They honored our tickets and everything for Sunday, but we were having fun. We didn't want to leave, but we had to. So we also, unfortunately, we lost 2 wonderful people in our community, Chuck Hall and Alice Eppers. They taught me a lot, Alice being a former commissioner, Chuck Hall teaching me a lot when I came into the party in 1996. And I'll never forget what he told me. He said, now, you young dogs are going to have to take over for us old dogs. I'm to that point to where now I'm telling you, young dogs are going to have to take over for us old dogs, because I'm an old dog now. So it's been a shock to all of us, but you know, it's what they contributed to our county was tremendous, and that is a tremendous loss. And please keep their memory alive when you're out doing stuff, and just know that they paved the way here in Chaves County, and Alice Eppers here on our county commission. Also, the devastating news of Charlie Kirk and his family. There is going to be a vigil here Saturday, September 20th at 4 o'clock on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. I know Alice Eppers Memorial is at 1 at Christ Church on Saturday, but also There was a lot of people in our community that just wanted to come together. Thank you, Mr. McLean, on your bullying. I think we're seeing that a lot and trying to deflect. It starts with the young ones and it starts at home. That we might not all agree on everything, but there's a right way and there's a wrong way. So thank you very much for what you're doing. We've got to teach people that we can agree to disagree, but you don't use your fists, you don't use a gun or a knife. We sit down, we talk, and we work through it. I saw it when my girls were in grade school at Chisholm Elementary. I'll never forget this. We had a great principal, and he had 2 kids before school started, and they were beating the crap out of each other, and he walked out there and pulled them apart, took them in his office, made them sit down, and he said, "Don't you move till I get back." So we got everybody in their classroom. School started, and he made them walk around with him all day long. They picked up trash. He talked to them the whole time and stuff, and by the end of the day, they were best friends because they didn't realize they were just fighting just 'cause. So thank you very much for what you're doing because it's very important in this day and time. We've got to learn how to resolve our differences, and that's the best way, start with our youth, so I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody in our county. We have a wonderful, beautiful county, and I appreciate everything that everybody does. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Wade.
I'll try not to be so lengthy. But basically, I agree with
You
what.
sound like a previous commissioner.
Am I sitting in his chair?
Almost.
I appreciate everyone too, and thank you. And the air show was fantastic. It's an international event, and it was put on so well. You know, Mike Espiritu, he left, Warren Yale left. Those guys worked their rear end off, as well as the mayor. I mean, his face was blood red Sunday evening from being out in the sun. He's got to be peeling. I mean, they all worked. I passed by on a shuttle once, and I pointed to the people I was with, that the guy handling all the ice and the bottles of water right there is the CEO of our local hospital. I mean, and that's what they were doing. They were all working, and Tim was everywhere. You know, and Fred Telling. I mean, my gosh, they put it on. I was fortunate enough to meet some folks there, and I did invite them to the dance. And it came out that there was 2 of them from Georgia, 2 of them from Florida, and the one individual was from Reno. And I really didn't know them that well. They'd just been real nice to me when we were having some interactions. And they'd volunteered for 15 to 20 years. Well, one of them well over 20 years with the Reno Air Race Association. And it was fantastic to meet those folks. They invited me to their banquet that night. Everyone was just ecstatic. Everyone was so happy. That we had the volunteers, we had all the pilots, we had the organizers, and a few community members, and they just could not believe how well Roswell was for them. They come down to the last presentation on the awards, and the winning pilot said that he appreciated Roswell and everything. He said, "Here, I want to hand this mic to my Jet Pilots Association's chairman, the president of the Jet Pilots Association." And he said, "This is 10 times better than what we had before." He said, "This is safe. He said, the way Roswell put this on, this is so much safer, and we really appreciate Roswell." And I was just astonished by that. And everybody I saw out there was happy. It was amazing. And there's so many people in this community that came together to put that on. And I feel like we're a part of that September family that they used to refer to now. And it was great. Appreciate the approved budget. Thank you. I'm glad to have that done, and all the construction work we're doing and all the other work we're doing, and at least our tax rate isn't going up, so that helps. It going down is even better. I did notice leaving the air show one day that there was 4 vehicles parked together with mine as one of them. And I just happened to notice the license plates. California, Louisiana, mine, Florida. And everybody, and people I talked to out there, Washington, Oregon, I don't know if any state in this nation wasn't represented. Maybe, and they're all just talking about what next year will be. That we're going to do this, we're going to do that, all the organizers. So look out, next year will be a doozy. It'll be great. I appreciate Michael Perry representing us and HUB in Washington, D.C. and at the Permian Basin conference. So he understands our needs, and it's great to have, and our concerns. It's great to have him doing all that for us. I think that's about all I have. I'll better cut it shorter before I run out of time like Dara.
Commissioner Corn. Thanks. I'd like to thank all the staff. You guys, all the change orders and everything that y'all had to go through. Y'all are doing a good job. You guys sent me to Washington to fly in, and we went to all the meetings and everything, and, it was kind of put me in awe of how everything goes in the big city when you take a redneck and take him to the big city. I believe that all of the meetings that we went to, everybody was pretty much on board. Most of the people we met were staffers, and that's kind of the only downfall that I see that we have in Washington is there's too many staffers that are just sitting on the computer. I mean, we walk into these offices and they're just sitting on the computer and playing with their phone and maybe take a phone call here, and some of them are doing their job, and I know this guy for NACO, this Owen Hart. Mm-hmm. He did a very outstanding job. He was really pushing everything. I think hopefully we can get all of that built money and that sort of stuff. Like I said, there was the buildings that we were in for the meetings and everything. The buildings are just huge. You can walk forever down the hallway, and here's another office, and everybody's representing their flags out in the front. And of course, I probably shouldn't say some of us represent a flag that I'm not too fond of. So, it was, we're kind of in a rush. We did kind of walk about 10 miles. I think the day on the meetings, I think we walked up and down the hall. I think we walked at least 10 miles that day. But it's amazing how some of those buildings are, they have their offices up above, and then you go down to ground level or underground, and you got these hallways, and these doors are exit doors, and they're locked exit doors right underneath each one of these offices. And it's kind of funny walking down the one hallway, and I saw this person coming to me, and I kept looking, and the closer she got, I recognized her, and it was AOC, and Michael was right behind me, and I kind of did the thing, you know, and to make sure he recognized this person. And then after I did what I did, I looked up on the ceiling there, and of course there's all these cameras and everything, and I thought, well, sure as heck I'm gonna get arrested today. Within 15 minutes after I saw this person, Michael got a text that Charlie had been shot. And I thought, well, okay, she took the exit door so she could get out. But anyway, it's kind of one of those things that kind of makes you really think what's really happening there. We went to the Lincoln Memorial, and that was something to be, it's of all. I told Bill, I had been told one time before that if you look at Lincoln's face, you look at the one side and it's before war, and you look at the other side and it's after war. So you can see the frustration in the beginning, and then you can see the tiredness in the end. It was really something to see. I told Bill, I said, I was looking at his boots, and he's got the square-toed boots, and everybody nowadays has got the square-toed boots, so everything's coming back into style. The National Monument was big. The Capitol building is big. The court lawn, Trump was saying, he was going to get the grass greener than ever before and clean the city up and everything. And the city was really, I thought, was very good. The grass was as green as the color green. Like I said, we did a lot of walking, and next time I go, I'm going to ride a scooter or get on the bus tour. So, like I said, everybody's doing a great job. I want to, Dara was talking about, everybody needs to talk stuff out and not revert to guns and knives and that sort of stuff. I know we got the bullying stuff. Nowadays, we talk about the bullying stuff. Back in our day, and Dara was saying, well, no fighting, pull them apart. The middle school that I went to, in that particular time, if we had a grudge in the PE class, he had boxing gloves. And you got in there, and if he knew that you were arguing with somebody, he'd put you up in the PE class, and you'd duke it out. And when you got done, well, everybody was friends. Everybody pretty much saw eye to eye then. So, we try to hold back bullying, but you need to talk it out. Or you need to have a PE class that you can duke it out and be done with it. So anyway, that's my thought. Anyway, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Commissioner Dana had mentioned about the passing of Alice Eppers. I'd just like to say I had the honor and the pleasure of serving on the commission when Alice was a member. And I have to say, I learned a lot from her, and she was a true lady and a wonderful person. And we're sure sorry about her passing. Unfortunately, I was not able to be here for the air show. I was on a vacation in Europe. But Roswell is known worldwide. Individuals asked me that, spoke very good English, where I was from. And we said, Roswell, New Mexico. Oh, that's where you have the aliens that came down. I said, yes. So we have notoriety worldwide, which which is probably good. And I'm sure glad the air races were successful. And in conclusion, I would like to say thank you to our staff and all the members of Chaves County. They do a fantastic job. Thank you. With that, we'll adjourn for signature of documents.